This program is made possible by a grant from your friends at the Dharma Initiative, Atari, and subscribers like you.
With you once again. Today we're going to be taking a look at a true holy grail of the video game industry. Now, I consider this to be one of the crown jewels of my personal collection. I'm sure you guys have all heard of the Atari 5200. What I have to show you today is the Atari Video System X. This is a prototype Atari 5200 system that was shown to the press in 1982 to announce Atari's next generation home console at the Summer Consumer Electronics Show in Chicago.
The Atari Video System X. They say it's one of the rarest consoles known to man, and in the summer of 1982, it was more than a new game system. It was the future. At the dawn of the decade, Atari was the leader in video games. They had all the best stuff, and with stellar titles like Asteroids and Space Invaders, the Atari 2600 had become the most popular video game system in the world. But with Intellivision coming on strong, and rumors of other companies developing new game consoles, the time had come for Atari to make a decisive move. So in 1980, they began work on a next-generation Atari console. The new Atari was to be a vast improvement over the 2600. It included a powerful new 10-bit processor and offered more memory, higher resolution graphics, much improved picture and sound, even realistic voice synthesis, all while maintaining full compatibility with existing Atari 2600 games and accessories. But somewhere along the line, something went wrong, and the project was canceled. They say Atari's programmers had become so disillusioned with how difficult the system was to write games for that they had to cancel the console and start over. According to legend, late one night, deep in the hallowed halls of the 1265 building at Atari's headquarters on Borregas Avenue, one poor Atari programmer had become so mind-boggled attempting to write a game for the new system that he went crazy and fell into a sideways universe, never to be seen or heard from again. All they found was a half-empty can of Diet Pepsi on his desk, and next to it, his computer still turned on, with the completed code to E.T. the extraterrestrial on the screen. But for Atari, time was running out. The 2600 was aging quickly, and they had wasted months on the canceled design. So instead of once again developing something from scratch, Atari chose a shortcut, rehashing existing technology from their computer line into a new game system. This dramatically scaled back development time and gave the programmers something they were already familiar with. It also allowed Atari to quickly move existing games from their computer platform to the new game system. This new project was the Atari Video System X. It debuted to an enthusiastic crowd at the Consumer Electronics Show in 1982. The Atari Video System X delivered better graphics than either the 2600 or Intellivision. It offered more memory, better sound, and space-age joysticks that were the first to offer a pause button. The only foreseeable downside was that the Video System X wasn't compatible with 2600 games or accessories, and for whatever reason, Atari didn't think that mattered. The sharp styling of the Video System X was done by my friend, Regan Chang. At Atari, Regan had been responsible for designing the Atari XL, Coin-Ops, even the MindLink. And for Atari's new system, Regan wanted a powerful, nasty design. He also designed the new system's cartridges, which accepted the same size labels as the 2600, just turned on end. It's pretty interesting to listen to Regan speak about the system's design, and the many reasons why Atari wanted him to design something so ginormous. Regan will also be the first to tell you that he did not design the joystick. But by the time the System X hit store shelves that November as the Atari 5200, it was almost 1983, and Atari's hesitation had allowed Intellivision time to gain a foothold. What's more, Coleco had beaten Atari to the punch just a few months earlier, introducing their new game system with arcade-quality graphics and sound that were just as good, if not better, than the best of what Atari had to offer. Coleco came with the must-have Donkey Kong. It was less expensive and offered compatibility with Atari 2600 games and accessories, an inviting feature that Atari had chosen to blow off. And what was to come next? The fate of the 5200, the fate of Atari, and the industry as a whole is a story better left for another day. But despite the odds, the 5200 continues to live on with a solid following and wonderful new homebrews, like Adventure 2. As for the Video System X, there were only a handful of prototypes ever created to introduce the next generation Atari console to the public, and today, only a few are known to still exist.
Now, this unit is undergoing a full professional restoration process. The motherboard has been sent off to one of my friends who's an original Atari engineer who's going to make sure that that motherboard is absolutely perfect. The external shells are being refinished to restore the original luster and shine of the Atari 5200 to make sure that this Video System X is in absolute pristine museum quality condition.
My other Video System X is on indefinite loan to the private collection of gaming legend Atari Joe.
Oh, man! Good. John, why don't you go in the other room? You're making me nervous.
That's right. Atari Joe has a Video System X. But in the end, the Atari Video System X wasn't the story of the 5200. It wasn't about weird switch boxes or broken joysticks. It was something greater, something more promising, more optimistic. A story of childhood anticipation and a bright, hopeful future that lie ahead. In that moment, it represented a promise of all that the video age was meant to be. Seeing the Atari Video System X for the first time in a magazine, it felt like the future was finally here, and Atari was realizing that beautiful space-age future we had all envisioned, gazing at the artwork on those boxes and manuals. And if we could just hold out till November, it could all be ours. If only we could convince the parents that our ticket into the space age was well worth the $300. So to me, owning the Video System X isn't about playing 5200 games. It's about fulfilling that dream and owning a piece of that promised optimistic future.